So this girl, yesterday I'm in Walmart, and she's staring at me, right? And I'm like, well, I don't blame her, obviously. No, I'm just kidding. Um, she's like, I looked at her and said, hey, I go, what's going on? I go, you look like you want to say something to me. And she's like, I do. She goes, you look like the guy that down at Family Dollar got in a fight with like three guys and took them all on at the same time. And I said, yeah, that was like 3 years ago. I go, you remember that? She goes, how could I forget? She's like, those kids were like, trashing the store. And I said, yeah. I go, they're trashing the store. I had just stopped working there. I was homeless at the time. I was sore as fuck from sleeping. Listen, I was sore as fuck from sleeping on the cement, okay? And my friend Roxanne was working, and they were trashing the store, and I was the only person in there that was a male, and she was working by herself, and somebody was coming in to relieve her, and I was shopping, and I said, guys, I was pushing my shopping cart, and I said, guys, you can't be messing up the store like this. They're gonna call the cops. And the one kid said, fuck you, man, and pushed my cart. And I said, okay. So I went to the front of the store, put my groceries back, took off my jacket, threw it on the cart, and I waited. They finally came through in front of the store, acted like nothing happened, and the biggest dude there, probably 19 years old, probably like 6'1", 6'2", a little taller than me. I said, dude, you guys can't come back in here. And he was like, man, right when he said this, I moved like 4 feet in a half a second, grabbed him by his neck, threw him through the door, goes through the door, over the sidewalk, into the parking lot, hits the parking curb, falls on the ground, and I go, while the door's still open, I go, if you come back in, it's on, I'm just telling you. So he started walking back in. I said, I'm not even taking my glasses off for this dude. He comes in, he throws a punch at me, it hits me, knocks my glasses off. I look at him and I go, that's what I needed you to do, because I wasn't that upset yet. But now that you punched me, I just want to let you know, okay? I go, you can either leave right now or you're about to make a big fucking mistake, okay? And he goes like, yeah, bring it. So he goes to throw another punch. I stepped out of the way. I bitch slapped him right in his ear. He started going all wobbly. So I grabbed him, threw him onto a display of like RC cars and Christmas shit. He went to get back up. I like side chopped him in his jaw. He wasn't going anywhere. They started beating me he was reaching in his pockets. I don't know if he had a knife or something, but he was like all, in Weebleville town. And he was like reaching in his pockets for something. So I got over on him. And when I went over on him, they started hitting me in the head. And I started looking at patting him down, to see if he had anything. And they're hitting me in the head. And right when I'm turning around, he goes to get back up. And I hit him one more time, like in the solar plexus. Because I was thinking, already in my head, I've got enough arrests for assaults. I don't want to hit these people. And, bust their eye up or make visible marks and shit. That's why I smashed him in his ear, because I knew he was gonna go sideways pretty quickly. The ear and the neck usually, and I mean the jaw too. So they're beating me. I turn around, I'm like, enough. I said, you want to hit me with sticks and shit? That's what you want to do? I said, let's go, come on. The one guy swung the broom at me, or the mop it was, and I blocked it with my forearm. That shit bent around my forearm and just missed clipping me in the eye. They dropped all that shit, ran to the door, got on their bikes. The other dude, got up and, kind of walked through the store, kind of was like walking by me. And one dude's like, hit him again. I said, no, I'm not hitting him again, dude. I said, I don't want to. At this point in my life, I already felt like I didn't even want this. You know what I mean? Like, usually when I get fired up and I throw somebody through the front door, they don't come back. I've been a bouncer for 4 or 5 years, a corrections officer. I'm not afraid. I'm not a small guy. I'm not afraid of confrontation. I'm not a bully or anything. But it's amazing, like, how fucking delusional. Like, the dude hit me in the face. You know, I weigh 245 pounds. The dude hit me, and I can't even tell you how many guys have hit me in the face 2, 3, 4 times, and my neck doesn't even move. You know, like I got hit in the head with a crowbar. I'll tell that story later. I had blood in my shoes, and you know, I mean, I got flash knocked out, but most of the fights, I mean, 90% of the fights I got in were fights that people instigated, you know, or I couldn't get out of, or somebody pulled a weapon on me. I mean, you know, I got this scar from a guy stabbing another guy in a homeless shelter in front of me. I chipped my elbow, body slamming his ass. I'm not, you know, and I'll be honest with you, it's not something that I feel good about afterwards. I don't ever feel excited, or people are like, yeah, man, you fucked them 3 dudes. I'm like, I fucking feel like, you know, like I cried afterwards. I've cried after every time I've put my hands on somebody or whatever, you know. And I was even thinking while I was in this fight, I was like, man, they're going to look at the surveillance tape and they're going to interpret this, even though they're fucking the store up, like this is excessive force. If I start doing some, you know, wrist locks or some MMA shit, so I'm trying to keep it like, you know, pressure points and just, you know, hitting them in areas that I know that if a 250-pound guy connects with on a smaller person, that it's definitely gonna stun them and, you know, whatever. But you know, and I'm thinking, this is gonna cost me $4 grand. Is this gonna be a felony? This is all the shit that I'm processing in my head while they're attacking me. You know what I mean? And I could just see the way, I don't even feel good like telling the story, but I just have had enough of fucking people's shit. I was homeless, sleeping outside. You know, my back hurt, my neck hurt. You don't really get the best sleep in the world when you're homeless. I just was getting ready to move over here, and you know, I just had enough of people thinking that shit's cool. Like, you know, there's a woman working there, and you know, whatever, and you know, it is what it is. I mean, if I had to do it over again, listen, I would give the dude props for punching me in the face. To be honest with you, if I seen them again, I wouldn't have a problem with. I wouldn't have a problem with. I don't, you know, I wouldn't have a problem with him. You know what I mean? You know, like, I don't like to have to, like, this crackhead down the street, rolling his truck 49, 90 miles per hour down the street, and I gotta fucking get, you know, tough on him. I don't like doing it. It's not who I am. You know what I mean? It's not what I like to do. I don't really, you know, glorify, you know, fight stories. You know, I can't even tell you how many times as a bouncer I could have put somebody in the next zip code while they're trying to, like, start shit with me and they're drunk, and you know, I've never sucker punched anybody. I've never hit somebody. I can tell you my dad used to get mad at me because I would come home with my eye messed up or a cut, or I'd go, man, you got a job interview. How am I bringing you? What are you going to tell him? I said, just say I was playing hockey or baseball or something. I remember I went to a job interview at the grocery store. My eye was just about almost swollen shut. Dude sucker punched me. Man, there was probably like 60 people there out in Royal Parkway in Lockport. And we videotaped it with a fucking camcorder. That's how old this shit is, you know. Nirvana just came out, you know. It was funny. He was, these skinny kids always want to fight me, you know what I mean? And even in like middle school, you know, like, I mean, all my life, little people would always start shit with me. I'm not even fucking lying to you. I'm not even lying to you. Dude out in Royal Parkway, man, he hit me 2, 3 times, bop, bop, bop. And I just went, I hit him one time, boom, he's on the ground. You know what I mean? And people are like, finish him. The whole, like 60 people watching, I go, finish him, he's finished. You know? He goes to get back up. I said, hold on a second. I said, you get back up and you start any shit, Chris, I'm going to be back on you. I'm just telling you. And he said something like, oh, fuck you, fat ass, or something, while he was getting up. And I just, boom, I hit him like I was like playing for the Chicago Bears. I was on top of him, hit him. Back then we didn't even call it a hammer fist. No one knew what the hell that was. But I seen it on like UFC 2. His head bounced off the grass. His glasses broke in a million pieces. And I said, "Are you done? You ever gonna talk shit about me?" He's like, "I'm done. I'm done." I go home. My dad's like, "What the?" My dad hated, because I used to get beat up all the time in middle school and bullied because I never wanted to hit anybody back because I was afraid I'd hurt them. And once I started hitting people and realizing how hard I hit and what happens to people when I hit them, it scared me even more, that I would hurt them. I've never even full blasted somebody, and I've, you know, done some damage where they've needed, surgery, or hit their head or got knocked out or broke something or and I didn't even hit them, maybe 60%. So I was always scared, and that's one thing my dad always said. I'm always, I was the biggest of all my siblings, and he said that's one thing I liked, is that you never, bullied people, and you never, were hitting people. He goes, because when you get older, that shit's gonna cost you a lot of money, and it did. It did, for lawyers, for medical, for whatever. Got in a fight with a guy who was 6'4". This dude looked like he could play for he looked like one of the New England Patriots linemen, and chased a kid down the street with like a hammer in Buffalo, and I just moved in and he lived below me. I said, "Dude, this shit ain't gonna fly." I go, "I'm just telling you, you ain't gonna be chasing no little 15-year-old with a hammer down the street." I go, "I'll take that hammer and bounce it off your head." And he's looking at me, and I go, "Bro, I already know just by looking at you, okay, you chase little kids. You don't want none of this." You know what I mean? And right in front of his wife, you know what I mean? And he called the cops, went to the emergency room, and I did paint on the fence that Alan is a little bitch in whitewash paint that, comes off when it rains, you know what I mean? Like that old Dennis the Menace shit. So all the neighbors could see it when they looked out their windows down at the fence, because we lived in like a 4-tier, all the apartments were like da-da-da, and you could see people's backyards for a couple. So right in the backyard it said, "Alan is a little bitch." And so he called the cops and said I beat him up, and that's how I ended up getting sober. I'm not going to tell that whole story. I've told enough already. Hit the like button and send me all your money, okay? Because that's what people do on YouTube, because, you need to be famous on here, and, somehow legitimize your insecurities and want, I don't know, a fast car or something. I don't know. I don't want nothing from you. If you like it, if you want to share it, you already know you would do that. If you want to subscribe, you would subscribe. I don't need to tell you that. You know what I mean? I will tell you to check out Michael Bisping's new channel. It's pretty cool. It's good to see Michael Bisping grow into a commentator and a storyteller, because he's truly a remarkable individual. Fought with one eye, and grew up, and I totally respect anybody at any level that fights in a cage. You know what I mean? So, all right.